Alrighty folks, wanted to do a detailed video of my rod tubes. Was able to test it out a few times and they work great. And so wanted to show you what I've done. So these are the Flambeau Bazooka Pros. I have two of them and they're telescopic. So I can extend it out to over 100 inches. And then when I'm not using it, I can collapse it to 72, 73 inches. So what I've done is I've used four straps to secure it. And my truck, these crossbars and this bar, there's a T-slot in it. So I was able to use these tie downs, but you don't have to. Four is probably excessive, but I said, why not? I had the straps. And you definitely don't have to use these tie downs. These things are pretty lightweight. It's plastic. And let me show you this part first. So this is the pin that keeps it secure from going in and out. But let me tell you, this thing, it's really tough to pull it out. So I don't even think this matters, but it's good to have just for safety when you're transporting it. So what I use is this little suitcase lock that goes here, but we know how well those work. It's really just a deterrent. Anyway, there's a little latch here. And I could probably fit maybe 4 bait casters. Spinning is a little tricky. So depending on the type of reel you have, you might have to take the handle off. I know I did on my Lew's, but I think it's safe to say 3 to 4 rods per, which is plenty for me. And so you just clasp this, then I'll put my little lock there. And then what I may do is put some bike locks on here and just strap it to, somewhere in there so it's secure if I'm away from my truck. But what I used was some Yak Attack parts, some spare fishing rod parts, and I added a tie down there. Okay, I needed something to tie it to, and then this also provides some structural support since it's such a narrow width there. And I did the same here. And here I just used a couple tie downs. But again, you can be creative and do it how you want. This is just what I thought was easier than trying to fab some U-bolts. So I have pretty much the same setup on the other side. One thing I want to show you that I did was I added rivets. Okay, thought that was a great idea until I looked inside here. And those rivets, if you've never seen the opposite side of it, it's sharp metal, right? So probably not the best thing when we're sliding our rods and reels in here, but whatever. I'm going to use my rod sleeves and hope for the best. What I did was on this one, I did add rivets, but sorry about the lighting, just to this last one. I added one there and one to the top. That's probably the best location, because your rods are probably not going to get in there. However, this is 2-piece, okay? And I think when you collapse it all the way down, it ends about there, okay? So everything else, if you did on top, it would go through both pieces. Anyway, this is just what I wanted to do in case it slides a little bit, which is fine. I've been on the highway, and this thing hasn't budged. So I'm not worried about it. But yeah, really happy with the setup. Cost-wise, the tubes itself, I think I bought for $75 a piece. And then the miscellaneous hardware and some straps. For both, it was under $250, which to me, that's a lot better than some of these other products like Boondocks and Yakima. You're going to spend upwards of $1,000. So, and this is huge for me because I have a super small cabin here, and now it frees up the front seat, so I don't have rods going across there. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you see something I could do better, let me know. I'm always open for some new ideas. But anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Till next time, take care, guys.